Yo guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're here for round 1 of the PSGL E-Series Championship here at Abu Dhabi. It's the first race of the season, so obviously pretty exciting. New goals, new challenges in this season. So obviously the goal is to win the championship, as we unfortunately didn't win it last season. So yeah, we already here on my first run in Q1. I was actually pretty happy about my pace going into this race, as yeah, we already finished the first 2 sectors with a 0.0 split. Actually a pretty good split for for first run in Q1. Unfortunately missed the left-hander there a little bit. Now we're going into the slow speed section here. Always very difficult to like get the traction down. Using the rest of our battery, as always, is very important in this game. Jan Holiday, now Barry already with P1 21.4. We do a 21.52. So yeah, decent lap. It already gets us into Q2 with the 5th position. So yeah, was a very good Q1. We managed to save a set of tires. As we now go into our final run of Q2, we already did one run the run put us in P6, but yeah, we knew that this run, the first run, probably wasn't going to be enough to get us through into Q3. So we are on our final run here with a pretty good first sector. I knew that I did a mistake the lap before, so already 800s up, going into the slow speed corner there onto the long straight, already down to the braking zone here, as we get the traction there pretty nicely with the curb on the inside and outside. As we go through the long left-hander, again with a 0.04 split, but I knew that I had to make some time in the last sector, or at least like stay on the same time, as obviously the field was very close. And yeah, we get the car pretty nicely rotated there, just a little bit, not 100% confident on the rear, but yeah, it was fine. Now difficult last braking zone here, trying to use the curb for rotation, using the rest of our battery, and the lap puts us into P7. So yeah, still very happy, obviously, as the first run actually wouldn't have been enough to get us through to Q3. So yeah, obviously very important as we now go on to our final run of Q3. Very good first corner. We can see Barry in P1 with, I think it was like already a 20 below 21 lap time, so very fast. John Evans in P2 as we do a 2 flat first sector. So pretty decent. And now we already go into the hard braking zone here in the middle sector, left, right, trying to use the curves, but not like use them too much, as it would just unsettle the car. Very close to the inside there, probably even too close. So yeah, very very on the marginal limit there, as we are now half a tenth up going into the final sector here. And now you can see we somehow like touched the inside bollard, but not fully touch it, and it just basically glitched us through the corner. I don't know, it was very weird. Obviously a little bit of my mistake, as I lost the rear through the corners. Barry with an insane lap time, 28.7, and yeah, I improved with a 21.152. I mean, obviously, like there was still felt like a 10th in the last sector, so yeah, but still happy with the lap. As we go straight away into the race now, we already side by side with Reese Linton going into the first corner, trying to brake super late here to secure the position. And now already in P5, trying to stay close to Ruben, but not spin out there on the curb on the inside. We use the slipstream and get very close to Ruben, and I see the gap and I just send it down inside there. Now side by side, 3 wide at this point, and we get Ruben's position. Unfortunately we couldn't overtake Lenny there, but it was all fine, as we're now using a lot of battery, already down to 50%. And yeah, we are basically 3 wide going into this corner. I have to back out there, because yeah, we would have just basically died in the middle there. And yeah, just unfortunate that we got overtaken by Ruben again. As we now can see Nelson, with the medium tire, I said I will just let him go. There's no need to fight him at this point, as in the first 5 laps the medium tire compound is just faster than the hard. That's how it is. And yeah, now first lap going into the third sector, Nelson very aggressive here, sending it down to the inside of Lenny Bepinter. Now they're going side by side through the through these corners, very difficult. Nelson has to back out there. Yeah, as we now already go on to the second lap, DRS activated behind Nelson Alves. They're already flashing, that means they're regaining battery. As we try to defend and also attack, it was just very difficult as Reese tire hooks us there a little bit. Yeah, like that was a little bit unnecessary in my opinion. For a second lap and already tire hooking. I mean, yeah, it is how it is. We already skipped to lap 6 as basically nothing happened. And yeah, now I knew I had fresher tires than Nelson. And now we go through the right-hander and we somehow touch Nelson. It was a very weird, yeah, incident. I don't know, I kinda just touched him on the rear there and then spun him. Was quite stupid from me there, but yeah, also very unfortunate that the contact model, yeah, spins him that easily. As we now lost 2 positions, Angelo D'Ortenzio just ahead of us. As we already sent it down inside again, I now knew I had to make positions now. We are alongside Angelo there, but we have to back out, as yeah, we just would have been drafted off the track there, obviously. And yeah, we now can see Angelo D'Ortenzio going around the outside here of Nelson Alves before the 3rd sector, as we are now P9 on the end of lap 6 and now beginning of lap 7. We send it down the inside of Nelson. I knew that his tires were, yeah, not fast anymore at all, so I knew I just had to make moves sooner or later anyway. So yeah, now using a lot of battery, and I just, yeah, thought about going down the inside of Angelo there. As we send it, we leave him enough space on the outside, kind of get a snap there, and yeah, that was just unfortunate, I guess. Yeah, I tried to go around the outside there, which unfortunately I couldn't make the move work in the end. As we now get attacked by Ricardo and Sony, we kind of push him a little bit to the outside there, and yeah, we can stay ahead at least. As we now jump to lap 9 already, we can see Jan Halliday also on the medium tire compound. He loses the rear there. We are side by side with him through the section here, but yeah, we just can't get ahead of him in this section, as he now dives into the pit lane. And yeah, now again P7, sorry. So yeah, was not looking too bad, as we now can see a lot of fighting up ahead. Reese Linton fighting against Angelo D'Ortenzio. They both push each other off the track, as now my goal is to somehow overtake Angelo, as I just send it down inside there. Pretty useless when I think about it, but yeah, just made sure that he knows that yeah, I want to attack. As we now in the beginning of lap 11, we are now very close to Angelo with a decent exit. We use the slipstream, the draft, to somehow stick with him and maybe go for a move in the chicane now. As we are on the inside, go to the outside, brake very late. Now 3 wide in the difficult left-hander here. I try to somehow not push them off the track, but yeah, Reese just has to go off the track there. Now we have the slipstream again and the DRS, so I'm just using a lot of battery on the outside there of Reese now, and we get the move done back in P5. Obviously ahead, as you can see, Barry Burman already like 10 seconds ahead of, as John basically slowed us down for the whole first stint. So yeah, that wasn't ideal, especially as I would have loved to fight for the win in this race. But yeah, now it was just important to stick with Lenny, regain battery, and then try to go for overtakes as soon as it's needed in the end of the first stint with the hard tire. As now on lap 13, I'm pretty close to them, and I try to go around the outside there, but obviously not possible, as he just was further up ahead. As now Lenny sends it down inside there, 3 wide going into this corner, and Ruben with a little bit of a moment there. They're now side by side. I try to get as good of an exit as possible, and now they are side by side. I use the slipstream to maybe get closer to them, but they are just using a lot of battery too, as they are now side by side. But just no way to go to gain positions there, as they are literally covering the whole track. And now very close, trying to defend as Reese is behind and probably wants to go for an overtake, but I can defend him. And now we are still in P5, as we now skip to lap 15. We just used a lot of battery here. They're 3 wide, but I just didn't want to make it 4 wide, as we are now just behind Lenny, trying to get a good exit. Now using the slipstream of John, Lenny and everybody, Ruben as well, as they're now 3 wide here, going into the 3rd sector. We overtake Ruben, but we can't go down the inside of John. And yeah, now we are side by side, very tricky to get the traction onto the track. Now using battery to somehow try to stay ahead of Ruben, but we see there's some space on the outside, and I try to go around the outside of Lenny there. But yeah, that just would have been too risky. Probably would have spun out if I stayed alongside him there. And yeah, just unlucky that we couldn't get Lenny. But yeah, no worries. It's still some laps to go until the pits. At least I thought it was, but you will see soon. As we now use the slipstream of Lenny to get very close to John, as well as we are now basically side by side with Ruben once again. So yeah, he overtakes us there on the outside. We both leave each other enough space, but we use more battery there, and now we use John's slipstream, but we can't go fast, as he's basically blocking us, sort of, as we're now side by side with Ruben, and he just pushes us off the track. I don't know why he's doing that. I was clearly alongside him, but yeah, I just tried to stay ahead of him, and yeah, unfortunately wasn't possible, as I'm now just behind Ruben Pedreño. And you can see, I think Sergio is like P10, P11, my teammate, and I wanted to make sure that he probably can get to us as well, as we now can see Lenny with a sort of a moment there, as we overtake both of them now, Lenny and Ruben, and then using a lot of battery, as now the goal was to pit this lap, as Sergio Sobrino went into the box at lap 16, so he now can make an insane undercut, as I'm now just trying to not use battery, slowing them down and get Sergio up ahead, as we are now going very slow there, as you can see on the bottom in the that we're just not even going full throttle at some point, as we are now going into the pits in the end of lap 17. Actually the plan was to go a little bit later, but as Sergio went into the pits, it just was the best decision in the end, as we now are in the pit lane, going onto the medium compound, obviously, as we block, I don't know who it was, I think, I don't know, it just a lot of blocks happened, as you can see on the right there as well. Very unfortunate. Obviously it's the case when we drive F1 World cars, and that's why it's also so crucial to be ahead of the other cars. And as you can see, Sergio Sobrino now in P8, just ahead of us, so massive undercut for him, very well done, very good outlap for him there, as now I'm very close to him, and now we're just trying to play the team game to somehow try to score good points still. And now we can see up ahead the black dots on the screen on the left bottom of the track map. Basically they are now on the straight, and they are basically they have done the medium hard strategy, that's test, and we had to make sure, we can see they are 10 seconds ahead of us. We had to make sure to still catch them in the next couple of laps, as it's just will be crucial, as we would give them the podium basically, as Barry obviously should win the race at this point, as we do a purple middle sector there. Now just trying to push as much as possible to close the gap to Nelson and Jan Holiday ahead of us, even though the strategy at the moment looks like it worked out very, very good. They got a massive gap, and who knows, probably we will fight even more when it comes to the final laps of this race. So Sergio now behind, as we can see the TRT driver going into the pits, as well as Riccardo Benzoni. And now I didn't quite know what the plan was, if I just should keep pushing or try to work together with Sergio to secure good points for the team. As we now can see, Barry came out of the pits 5 seconds ahead of us. I would have loved to try to close in on him, even though it probably wouldn't even be possible, but just fight against it. But now we are fighting for these positions, as we give Sergio here the slipstream. I know that I can go to the outside and basically block John there, as I'm now not using battery anymore, trying to stay on the right side of the track to block him, and Sergio can go through Even though now, actually, I send it again, and Sergio lets us through again, as we just had the better tires by 1 or 2 laps. So, yeah, I just had to make sure to still stay ahead, obviously. As we can see, Nelson Alves, the gap is 8 seconds now on lap 21. As we can see, John Evans, again, trying to go for a move, but we do the exact same thing again. But this time, Sergio is even further ahead, so it was easier. And we don't need to go side by side through these corners too. And yeah, now I literally wasn't sure if we would still catch Jan Halliday ahead, as they're now on lap 23, 6 seconds ahead, and we won't gain the second lap in the last 6 laps. As we now can see, Sergio got overtaken by the both race clutch drivers and John Evans, and yeah, we're just literally sitting there on the straight without a lot of battery and obviously not DRS. And now we're side by side, kinda get stuck behind Reese, then yeah, just no need to waste battery at this point. As Ruben also pushes now, but I didn't want to get overtaken by him already, as they are now, yeah, basically not using. We go down the inside, very aggressive, 3 wide at this point, but actually a pretty good move. Now behind Reese Linton again. And yeah, now Lenny overtakes us again on the outside there, as he just basically at the inside now for the right-hander. And yeah, now just trying to stick with them, and obviously try to position myself as good as possible for the last couple of laps, as unfortunately now Ruben Pedreño goes for the move there on the inside on us. Yeah, I tried to brake super late and probably like try to put Ruben into John Evans ahead of us, but yeah, unfortunately wasn't possible. And now Ruben has the slipstream of John, which basically made it impossible to defend it for me. And yeah, now I'm trying to go brake super late and go around the outside, or stay alongside John on the outside there to use the track ahead of me. Yes, yeah, Ruben got blocked, and we actually get the move done again and stay ahead of Ruben. But yeah, now on the end, we already skipped to the penultimate lap of the race, lap 28. We can see Ruben, we managed to defend Ruben behind us, and we're now using a lot of our battery. We are close to full battery, which is optimal for the last 2 laps, and we can see the test drivers literally still 4 seconds ahead of us, as we're now using a lot of battery, trying to go ahead, basically ahead of Reese Linton. But now Lenny has got a little bit of a slide there on the entry of the corner. We now got the slipstream of John Evans and Lenny Pepinter ahead. And yeah, I basically decided to not go for the move there, as it just would have been stupid, probably crashed out or something. And now the inside curb, very difficult, nearly spun there. And now I see the space on the outside there, try to go around the outside of Reese Linton. He leaves us the space, and actually pretty good position, pretty good, looking pretty good for the final lap, as we now go through the last corner of the penultimate lap, still with 80% of the battery. And yeah, obviously we will have DRS for the next straight, as we can see Ruben and Reese Linton fighting just behind of us, and they now somehow collide, and Reese Linton goes into the wall, as Ruben is not, as Sergio Sobrano is again in P8, which is not too bad for the team at all. As yeah, now just had to make sure to stay very close to John to use the slipstream advantage. And now we're using all of our battery on this straight here to try to overtake at least Lenny Pepinter, who doesn't have DRS at all. But we can see John slows down here already, goes to non-DRS, and we go around the outside, brake super late here, overtake both of them on the outside. But now, yeah, I didn't think that, yeah, John still would want to go to stay on the outside there. And now we have no DRS, and just need to use the slipstream of John Evans. Lenny Pepinter overtakes us too. We go very aggressive into the left-hander, trying not to get overtaken by Ruben Pedreño. Lenny Pepinter fighting to get ahead of John, and we have to defend for Ruben, and we now go down inside here. Lenny leaves us not as much space as I wanted, and now he pushes us off the track too. We get the 3-second time penalty, but the warning should be removable. We now very close to Lenny Pepinter. I try to go for a switchback there as he locks up a little bit, and now yeah, Ruben touches us too, and we finish the race in P6 with the 3-second time penalty in P9. But yeah, it will get removed still. All in all, obviously a very eventful race with a lot of fighting and defending, obviously. And yeah, just disappointed a little bit because we didn't even get the chance to fight for the podium. But yeah, there's still a lot of races to come. I hope you guys enjoyed this YouTube video. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and hopefully see you at the next one.